Hello and welcome to Bringing Education Home. I'm Herb.
And I'm Christina. Together we are bringing you ideas about education, entrepreneurship, and relationships that are both inside
And outside the box. If you like the show, be sure to follow Christina on Facebook.
And be sure to leave us a review and give us a comment on your favorite podcast platform.
Today, I have the privilege of introducing Kitti. Kitti Andrews. For over 20 years, she's been helping people to get unstuck out of the state of overwhelm by getting their physical and mental surroundings under control and by helping them declutter their space and brain. And if you've been watching the show, you know that, I have some brain damage and there's a lot of weird clutter. So this is an awesome topic for us to start off with today. So welcome, Kitti. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
It is awesome. We speak a lot to our entrepreneurs and also families, and we talk about how to help them improve their life and things like that. So you have some help for us today. You have a couple of things that you might want to share to help kind of get that process started, maybe.
Well, I certainly hope so. And feel free to ask any specific questions that you would like. Being ADHD, I deal better with specifics than generalities. So anything specific you want to hear, please let me know. Now, since you talk to entrepreneurs, and of course that's what my tagline is, I help entrepreneurs to organize their space and streamline their thoughts so that they can focus on attracting and serving premium clients. Now, what does that mean in real life? It means I help people to declutter their space and brain so they can really make something of themselves. Now, that's not always about finances. I approach it from a whole point of view. I call it the 5H pillars. Not only your home, but your heart, meaning your relationships with your partner or your family, as you just said, family. With your health, and I'll go into that in a minute. With your habits, with your, where are we at? We've got a home, heart, health, habits, and head, hence company name Declutter the Brain.
Yeah.
And would you like to hear a kind of an interesting story about how this has come about?
Yes, please. We love hearing stories.
Quick. One of my first clients, she came to me with, and in fact, most clients come to me. They look at their surroundings and they say, "It's gotten to that point." And having just told you off air, I'm moving. You don't know what you have till you move. Anyway, she came to me. She said, "I don't know where to start. I honestly don't know where to start." Her sun porch, which was the entrance into her home, she had to kind of walk like, on tiptoes kind of thing. Anyway, she started to, as we worked through that and things started to clear, a couple of interesting things happened. First, she said, now, after about a couple of months, because my programs are 12 weeks to a year. Anyway, a couple of months, she said, I'm really thinking that I would like to start working out and get on a fitness program. She said, I've been wanting to do that for a long time. And I thought, okay, well, this is a nice byproduct. And 3 years later, she's still on that. One time she drove her tractor to the gym. I cannot make this up. Her truck had broken down. She lived on a farm, and the gym was in the city about 20 minutes away. She drove her tractor to the gym. That's how committed she was. What does that have to do with decluttering? Why? Because the layers of the onion were peeling back as she was getting rid of the clutter. And I've noticed this with other clients. It's just been a recurring theme that she just got committed to doing what was right for her. Now, same client, round about the same time, within a couple of weeks of that, she said, on one of our sessions, she said, my husband said something to me that I don't think I really liked. And I said, okay, what was it? And it was a little derogatory. And I said, oh, that's interesting. Has he ever said anything like that before? And she said, she paused for a moment. Yeah, you know what? He's been saying that kind of stuff for the best part of 25 years of our 25-year marriage.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Well, then she started to work on that as well. And she is one of the 3 marriages that I've been credited with saving, just simply by decluttering and being able to suddenly the clarity, the mental, declutter the brain, the mental clarity starts to emerge and lives improve. It's bizarre, but it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about how I had hurt my head. And one of the things that I noticed is as that got harder, then I stopped being able to see the clutter. So, and then I stopped being able to take care of it. So I would like start walking past it without even necessarily realizing it, where I used to just be able to like take care of these things as I walked around. Is there a point that people get to where it does just kind of stop, and then it just or how what is that mechanism in there that people can start recognizing and then start fixing that again so that they can start seeing that? How do you help people start seeing that?
Good question. What you have just described is actually very common in ADHDers, and that's called clutter blindness. We
Okay.
just start to get, all of those thoughts racing around in which is already mental clutter anyway.
Yeah.
You just start to say, okay, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. And then I'll get to it. I'll get to it. And it never gets gotten to. And then that's when the overwhelm hits. As to a fix, I think is what you were asking. What can kind of get you past that clutter blindness? Is that what you were asking?
How do you get started in that? What is the trigger to start moving through those?
Well, the worst one, I can tell you what the worst one is nagging from someone else. When I say that, I mean, if somebody starts to carp at you about, you bought more stuff, or when are you going to get rid of that stuff, or anything negative, any of those negative images, the negative talk, I should say, that is going to just put up defensive barriers. I think you'd agree with that. You say, you feel badly enough about your clutter. All right. You know it's there. You're not quite sure what to do about it. Somebody carping at you is just going to make it worse. It's going to hurt your self-esteem. It's going to hurt your confidence. It's going to make you feel like, why do I even bother with such negativity around me? Better way is support, is kindness, I think. And I'm no stranger to clutter. But if somebody starts to call me out on it in a mean way, then I react, I get my back up. But if somebody says, hey, let me help you with this, let's tackle it together. I tell you what, and don't leave it all on that one person. You can offer, if we're in a family or partnership situation, I'll just address you two, for example. Okay.
Sure.
I would, you could offer to say, tell you what, let's do this together, shall we? We'll pick up, let's say it's clutter in the kitchen. I have to focus on one room. So let's focus on one room. And you have one of you has a cooking project on the go. It's a gingerbread house or so. I don't know. Pick me something.
Even dinner, just basically dinner some nights. It's like, how can we tackle this together?
Okay, yes, that's exactly it. And you make it a team project. Okay, how about dinner cleanup? Can we go with that?
Yeah.
All right. one of you, and we're not going to say who, doesn't even matter. One of you is not all that great at
Right.
I don't know anybody like this myself. Not that great at doing the post-dinner cleanup, all right? Great at making the meal, but after dinner, not so good. And so if you agree to, all right, tell you what, I will do the putting the washing of the dishes, if you or loading the dishwasher, whatever, if you wipe the counter. Ah, okay. I'm not stuck with doing it all myself. Do you feel the different vibe there?
Yeah.
That of acceptance, of camaraderie, of support. And then if you maybe you have a hobby going in the living room, and that hobby is starting to take over the living room. I'm thinking of a client right now. And rather than the one partner saying, "Oh, why can't you," which are the worst words in the world. Why can't you, tell you what, how do you think we can work together to keep make your project tidy? Because I think it will be easier for you to work, don't you think? And the other person is going to say, yeah, you know what? I agree. I don't really like all of my earring things all over the place. I would like a system. Will you help me? And that spirit of working together, I think, is key. And that's whether you're talking to your kids. That's a wonderful way. I have seen that work. A couple of my clients actually started with me because their kids were both 7 years old, and they said, I want to teach my kids good habits in the nice way. I want to be a role model. And by the way, you've got to be looking after your own clutter as well. Okay. Just a little bit of an aside there. But yeah, in the spirit of working together. Does that answer your question?
It does quite a lot.
Does.
And, we actually do quite a bit of that together, but it sounds weird, but most of the negativity of the cleaning is in my own head about me. So I guess this is where we could bring in the how to declutter your mind to help declutter your environment. So that is a really, can we segue into that? What are some tips that you have for decluttering your mind and being more kind to yourself in this process?
Oh, yes. All right.
Good
It's
question.
no, it's a subject that's near and dear to me, because even if my home isn't cluttered, when you're getting ready for the day, you're brushing your teeth before you hit the desk, and the mind starts to race. Did I remember to write down to email that person? Oh, for heaven's sake, I didn't phone X yesterday, and the brain starts to go, 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 go. And that mental energy, your iPhone, the little battery icon starts going.
Yep.
All right.
Exactly.
You're tired by the time you hit your desk. You're tired. So, and overwhelmed, and again, don't know where to start. So I have started within the last year using my one system on myself. And I'll explain the one system if we have time.
That'd be great.
Which is okay. Now, the one system when it comes to physical decluttering is one room at a time, one area of that room at a time, and one thing at a time. Is it time consuming? Yes. Is it tedious? Yes. It's also the number one way that you will stay clutter free, and I'm including the brain here, for life. And how does it work? Means that you niche everything down. Now, in the physical system, you're starting with one room. You're not bouncing from the office to the bedroom and then losing your momentum along the way.
Right.
Same deal with the one area of that room at a time is your that corner, I should tackle that. My desk really needs it. Well, yeah,
Right.
maybe over there. To hell with it, I'll do it tomorrow, kind of thing, right? And then one thing at a time. Do you see how it's all kind of getting narrowed down and narrowed down? One thing at a time. That's pretty obvious. I mean by that, one piece of paper at a time. You can only deal with one thing at a time. So in January, my brain was overly active. There were quite a few things happening. And I this is me starting to go into panic and overwhelm and feeling my mental energy going down. And I thought, okay, I'm going to deal with this by category and realize, say, for example, emails are a category.
Yeah.
Or people are a category. This is my favorite way to go about it, by the way, is who needs me first? In other words, my assistant that we were talking, who we were talking about, she needs my attention first because she can't do her job without my attention.
Right.
If I had a partner, that person would need my attention. The child would need my attention. The cat likes to be fed every now and then. Okay. Deal with the people or deal with the living beings who need you first. Okay, that category is done. And then you move on to the next category and the next category. Now that's the way my brain happens to work, and it has saved my buns this year working that way, because especially in today's world, I'm sure that you would agree with this, and I'd love to hear your comments, when we are bombarded with all of this sensory information and the emails and the tech and all of this kind of stuff. It's hard to keep on top of it, and you can't. Guess what? You can't, you'll never realize and accept that you will not be able to stay on top of it. Yes, I know, Mr. and Mrs. Overachiever and your audience there. Yeah, I know that you should be able to. That's not reality. And we just have to accept that we can only do what we can do, and we will do it to the best of our ability, even if it's not as much as we think we should be able to do. And I tell myself that every day. What are your thoughts on that?
That's an important message, because a lot of people, like you said, the overachievers, they want to do so much. And then we do get into that state of overwhelm. So what popped into my head when you were talking about the one thing in the different categories is, like, if those categories were on a board the night before, put the one thing in each category for the next day. And then hopefully the next day you can do the next one thing.
Yes.
It described a lot of things going on in my life that that I could like put into a different kind of an order, because sometimes it seems like, oh, it's going to take so much time that I'll end up like doing something that distracts me instead of doing the work. So then my time seems even shorter, and then it's like, oh, I don't have time to get to all of this. Whereas if I did start to getting rid of that clutter, then my time would also then open up as well.
It would, and it will. It really, really will. You will find yourself, it's a funny paradox that you get more done by doing less. I have that, what you were just talking about there, about that board, and it's color coded. I love color coded. Okay, it's important. Every category, like what my assistant needs, what that training course needs, anything like that. The urgent to-dos, they're all in different colors, and then I can pick things out. Sorry, I went off on a tangent.
Oh, that's okay. Well, actually, we are on a short time frame today because we're back to back. We're doing this at Potapalooza, so it's a little bit different than our normal format. We would love to have you back again sometime. But before we go, please tell our audience, how can they get a hold of you the easiest? And is there one more thing that you would like to tell them?
Declutterthebrain.com. Okay. Or email Kitti at declutterthebrain.com. And the last thing I would leave you with is, if you feel overwhelmed, please don't be afraid to reach out to someone who is not going to just say, I need a hand. All right, don't try to do it yourself.
Wonderful. We definitely need more time with you. So yes. I am going to at this point say we would love to have you back on our podcast for a full go. And I would love to see where this goes. So thank you so much for being here today. This was very valuable, and I hope that our families and our clients find value in this and reach out to you as well.
Thank you, everybody, and we will see everybody on the next round. Thank you, Kitti. Thank you, attendees.